We have studied so far microwave for rotational spectroscopy and IR for vibrational spectroscopy. We also studied Raman spectroscopy in which dipole moment does not change. And last time we studied NMR spectroscopy. Today we are going to study UV visible and photoelectron spectroscopy. In this lesson we are going to use UV visible and X-ray. When the molecule observes UV visible or X-ray, electron moves. Now consider this molecule 1,3-butadiene. Molecule looks like this. To explain the molecular electron structure, we are going to use sp2 hybridized orbital to explain the sigma orbitals like this. All the sigma orbitals can be explained using sp2 hybridized orbital, and the remaining unhybridized p orbital forms of 4 molecular orbitals. There are unhybridized p orbital on each carbon atoms. So 4 p orbital form a 4 molecular orbital, and electrons occupy up to this orbital. And this orbital is called HOMO, and this orbital is called LUMO. When you irradiate UV visible, the electron in HOMO orbital make a transition to LUMO orbital. So electron moves when the molecule observes UV visible. The wavelength of lambda depends on the size or length of this molecule. The lambda related to the length of this molecule. We can explain this observation using a particle in a box model. We can consider the electron in this molecule as a particle in a one-dimensional box. According to the quantum mechanics, the energy of electron in particle in a box is equal to energy level depends on 1 over L square. So when L increase, energy level decrease. So energy gap also decrease when L increase. So wavelength also increase. So summary, the HOMO-LUMO wavelength depends on the length of the molecule. In this molecular orbital, all the molecular orbitals pi type. And in this molecule, we can also have sigma orbital. When organic molecules contains only carbon and hydrogen, all the molecular orbitals are classified as either pi orbital and sigma orbital. But some organic molecules contains other than carbon and hydrogen, such as oxygen and nitrogen. In organic chemistry, this atom is called heteroatoms. When organic molecules contain heteroatoms, there are special type of molecular orbital appears, non-bonding orbitals. Classic example of organic molecules which contains heteroatom is formaldehyde. Molecular structure of formaldehyde looks like this. And oxygen atoms, 2 lone pairs. This is heteroatom. To explain the molecular electronic structure, we are going to use sp2 hybridized orbital. So this bond are formed by overlap of s orbital with the sp2 hybridized orbital of carbon. this sigma orbitals. And oxygen carries 2 lone pairs, and oxygen has 2 s orbital and 2 p orbitals. 1 lone pairs occupy 2 s orbital. The other lone pair occupy 2 p orbitals in this direction. The lone pair occupies p orbital in this direction. And p orbitals in this direction forms a sigma bond with carbon atoms. So sigma and sigma bond forms between the sp2 orbital with the p orbital in this direction. And the oxygen atom has p orbital which is perpendicular to this plane. And carbon also has p orbital which is not used in the construction of sp2 orbital. These 2 p orbital forms a pi bond. This is pi bonding orbital, pi anti-bonding orbital. And lone pair sit between the and pi star and pi. This is the molecular orbital energy diagram of formaldehyde. As you can see, due to heteroatoms, we have special type of orbital which is called non-bonding orbitals. Electrons occupy sigma, pi, n. So formaldehyde, this is HOMO. This is LUMO. So with this configuration, we can draw potential energy diagram. This potential energy diagram corresponds to this ground state electronic configuration. When the UV visible light is irradiated, electrons in the non-bonding orbital make a transition to pi star orbital. With this configuration, we can draw potential energy curve. This potential energy curve corresponds to this electronic configuration. For short notation, this configuration is n pi star. And some case electrons in pi orbital can make a transition to pi star. With this configuration, we can draw another potential energy curve, which is denoted as pi star. And furthermore, here we have vacuum state. When the electron is in the vacuum state, the electrons face no attractive interaction from nucleus. So when the electron is in the vacuum state, the electron is free from nucleus. The molecule is ionized. So when we use X-ray, the electrons in non-bonding orbital are promoted to the vacuum state, forming a cation. So with this configuration, I can draw potential energy curve of cation. This is the cation. Potential energy curve of cation with this configuration. And sometimes electrons in the pi orbital can be promoted to the vacuum state, forming another cation. So with this configuration, we can draw another cation curve. With this curve. And finally, sometimes electrons in the sigma orbital can make a transition to the vacuum state. This is also cation with different configuration. With this configuration, we can draw another potential curve, which is cation. So this potential curve corresponds to neutral molecule. This potential energy curve corresponds to cation. We are going to use UV visible to reach to neutral state. We are going to use X-ray to reach a cation state. Now, today's topic is X-ray. This is the next section. So we are going to consider only X-ray transition. And with this potential energy curve, on top of this potential energy curve, there is a set of vibrational level. This is the vibrational level. Cation also has vibrational level. So on top of this potential energy curve, we have vibrational level. On each of potential energy curve cation, we have vibrational level. So when you irradiate X-ray, electron make a transition from this potential curve to cation state, in which electron is removed. So when you measure the kinetic energy of electron, this spectroscopy is called photoelectron spectroscopy. This is our today's topic. We already run photoelectron spectroscopy of nitrogen. Today's topic is a photoelectron spectroscopy of formaldehyde. This is the today's topic. Big difference between this molecule and this molecule is that in this molecule there are only one vibrational stretching. But how many vibrational mode this molecule has? According to the textbook, the number of vibrational mode is 3n minus 6. So number of atom is 4. So we have total of 6 vibrational mode. So it is very, very complicated to explain the photoelectron spectrum because this molecule has many vibrational modes. It is a little bit complicated. So to represent the vibrational state of this molecule, we need 6 quantum number because this molecule has 6 vibrational modes. To represent the vibrational state, we only need only one vibrational quantum number is needed because this molecule has only one vibrational mode. But this molecule has 6 vibrational modes. So to represent the vibrational state of this molecule, we need 6 quantum number. To represent the vibrational state of this molecule. So this one is not right for our molecule. For this ground state, the quantum number must be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is the actual quantum number to represent the ground vibrational level. We need 6 vibrational quantum number. So this one may be 1, 0, 0, 0, right? This point may be 0, 1, 0, blah, 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 blah. So vibrational level requires 6 quantum number. It is very, very complicated. To explain the photoelectron spectrum of formaldehyde, we are going to review photoelectron spectrum of N2. We are going to review of this spectrum. To explain the photoelectron spectrum of N2, we must draw the molecular orbital energy diagram of N2. This is the molecular orbital energy diagram of N2 to explain the photoelectron spectrum of N2. This is 2s orbital, forms of bonding orbital and anti-bonding orbital. We have p orbital. Due to sp mixing, pi orbital appears first, and then sigma orbital. So electron occupies this orbital. This is sigma pi sigma star 2s. Okay. This is energy level diagram of N2, and we have vacuum state. With this ground electron configuration, we can draw potential energy curve. This is the potential energy curve which corresponds to this electron configuration. And we are going to irradiate X-ray. When the molecule absorbs X-ray, photons in 2 sigma 2 p orbital can be promoted to the vacuum state, so ionized. So with this configuration, we can draw potential energy curve of N2 cation because electron is ionized. Now, sometimes electron in the pi orbital can be promoted to the vacuum state, ionized. With this configuration, we can draw another potential energy curve of N2 plus. This curve corresponds to this configuration. And finally, electrons in sigma 2s star can be excited to vacuum state. So with this configuration, we can draw another potential energy curve of N2 plus. So this is the ground state configuration of neutral molecule. This is the potential energy curve N2 plus. And on top of this molecular orbital energy curve, we have vibration energy level. And cation can also have vibrational motion. So on each vibrational energy level, we can draw vibrational energy level. So, in principle, in the ground state, molecule can be in V equal 1, V equal to 0, 1, 2, V equal 2. But according to Boltzmann statistics, virtually all the molecule is in the V equal 0 state. There are almost no probability the molecule is in the V equal 1 and V equal 2. Why? According to Boltzmann statistics, the probability that molecule has energy E is proportional to exponential minus E over kBT. And this is the vibrational energy. This is the thermal energy. In principle, vibrational energy is much larger than the kBT generally. So when this condition meets, the probability that molecule is in the V equal 1 or V equal 2 is almost 0. So virtually all the molecule is in the V equal 0 state. So we ignore this vibration energy level because virtually all the molecule is in the V equal 0 state. Now I'm going to irradiate X-ray. So molecule in the V equal 0 state make a transition to this potential energy curve with different vibrational level. So the molecule can make a transition to this vibrational level, to this vibrational level, and to this vibrational level. So the peak due to this transition forms a series of peak appears. Similarly, electron can make a transition to this potential energy curve with a different vibrational level. So molecule can make a transition to this transition, and this transition. So we have another series of peak. And finally, the molecule can make a transition to this potential energy curve with different vibrational level. So we have another set of vibrational peak. So we have 3 band. This one comes from sigma 2p. This band comes from pi. This band comes from sigma 2s. Wow. First, the spacing between the adjacent level is almost same. It is equally spaced. This spacing is almost same. in N2 photoelectron spectrum, the spacing is even, almost same. Why? This spacing reflects the vibrational spacing in cation. This spacing is exactly equal to this spacing. This spacing is exactly equal to this spacing. Assuming that the potential is harmonic potential, the spacing is equal. So in N2 photoelectron spectrum, this spacing is even, almost same. This is the key point. And the second point is that this orbital is bonding orbital. So we have bell-shaped form band is obtained. But for this orbital, the actual band shape does not look like this. Actual band shape looks like this. Half bell shape. Similarly, the band shape for sigma 2s star looks like this. The bell shape is different. In photoelectron spectroscopy, when the band shape is bell shape, it corresponds that the molecular orbital is bonding orbital. When the band shape is half bell, it means that it comes from non-bonding orbital. I'm going to review why this principle comes. This is the ground potential energy. When the electron is removed from the bonding orbital, the ionized cation has weaker bond. The bond strength increase. So potential energy shift to the right. So this is the vibration. So according to Franck-Condon principle, the most intense transition satisfies three conditions. First condition is that it begins at the center of V equals 0 state. And second, it begins at the center of V equals 0. And second condition is that it proceeds vertically. It means that R does not change. And it ends near the classical turning point of the potential energy curve. Classical turning point. This is the most intense transition according to Franck-Condon principle. So this transition corresponds to this one. And the transition below this energy level or the higher energy level, the intensity gradually decreases. Looks like that. So we obtain bell-shaped potential energy spectrum. So for the bell-shaped band shape obtained, potential should shift to the right. Then why the potential energy curve shift to the right? Because the electron is removed from the bonding orbital. Now consider what happens when the potential energy does not shift. So potential energy move upward parallel. In this case, the most intense transition corresponds to V equals 0 to V equals 0. This is the most intense transition when the potential does not shift. So this transition is the most intense transition. And the transition to the V equal 1 and V equal 2 decrease progressively. So we obtain half bell-shaped structure. So when the potential curve does not shift, it doesn't mean that the electron was in the non-bonding orbital. So when you observe this shape, it means that the orbital characteristic this orbital is non-bonding orbital. So this is our review on photoelectron spectrum of N2. The most important thing is that in N2 photoelectron spectrum, the band spacing is equal. Keep in mind that in band spacing is equal. In N2 photoelectron spectrum, the band spacing corresponds to the vibrational energy level spacing in the cation. Assuming that the potential is harmonic potential, this spacing is equal to this spacing. So this spacing, all the spacing must be equal, assuming harmonic potential. This is N2. Now turn to our molecule, formaldehyde. This is the ground state. The molecular orbital looks like this: sigma, sigma star, non-bonding, pi, pi star. Electrons occupies up to non-bonding orbitals. When the non-bonding orbital removed, the potential energy curve looks like this. And the electron in the pi orbital is removed, the potential energy curve, this configuration looks like this. And the electron in the sigma orbital removed, potential energy curve looks like this. And on each potential energy curve, we have vibrational energy level. So molecule is virtually in the V equals 0 state. When you irradiate X-ray, the molecule can make a transition to this level. So we obtain a series of peaks from these transitions. So we have a series of peaks. And the electrons in the ground state make a transition to this potential energy curve. So we have a series of peaks appears. This one comes from non-bonding orbital. This one comes from pi orbital. And finally, the molecule in the ground state make a transition to this potential energy curve. So we have another set of peak. This comes from sigma orbital. But the band shape does not look like this, because this is non-bonding orbital, so band shape is half bell. So actual shape looks like this, half bell shape. And the sigma orbital and pi orbital is definitely bonding orbital, so band shape looks like bell shape. This is half bell shape. This one looks like bell shape because this is non-bonding orbital. This is definitely bonding orbital. Now, I'm gonna take a look at closely this photoelectron spectrum. This is vibrational energy level. I'm going to take a closer look at this photoelectron spectrum, which corresponds to this potential energy curve. As I said before, this molecule has a total of 6 vibrational modes. So, represent the vibrational state, we need 6 quantum numbers. So actually, the vibrational quantum number of this state is not 0. Actually, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is actual vibrational control number. Similarly, the vibrational control number of this state is also 0. And this is a non-bonding orbital, so the most intense transition comes from this transition, from this quantum state to this quantum state. So peaks looks like this is the most intense peak, which corresponds this transition, and the second peak comes from this transition. The question is, what is the quantum number of this state? The quantum number of this state is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? All the 5 quantum numbers are 0. Only first quantum number are excited from 0 to 1. And according to our textbook, the first mode, this is the first mode, corresponds to CH2 bending. The picture of first mode looks like this. This vibrational mode is assigned as CH2 bending, and the vibrational frequency is approximately 1500 wave number. So the distance between these two vibrational levels is 105 wave number, because only first vibrational quantum number change 0 to 1, and the vibrational spacing is 1500 wave number. So this peak spacing corresponds to 1500 wave number. Now second question, we have second peak here. Now second peak corresponds to this transition. My question is that, what is the quantum numbers of this state? This is the question. I assume that vibrational quantum number of this state, assume that 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Assume that. Then what is the vibrational spacing between this adjacent vibrational level? Because first vibrational quantum number excited. So this one is also 1500 wave number. If the vibrational quantum number is this one, the vibrational spacing is again 1500 wave number. So this peak spacing is again 1500 wave number, equal spacing. If we assume that the vibrational quantum number of this one is this one, but according to experimental observation, this is not 1500 wave number. Actual vibrational spacing is only 200 wave number. This vibrational spacing is only 200 wave number, not 1500. Only 200 wave number, very, very small. It means that the assignment of this vibrational quantum number is wrong. This is not right. Okay? Actually, the vibrational quantum number of this state is not 20000. Actually, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is the actual vibrational quantum number, this level. So first vibrational spacing is 1500. In this quantum number, first vibrational quantum number is 0. Second vibrational quantum number is 1. So what is the second vibrational mode? According to our textbook, second vibrational mode is zero stretching. In this vibrational mode, CO vibrational mode stretching and compress. So this mode is called CO stretching. The vibrational frequency is approximately 100, 700 wave number. This is the second vibrational mode. The vibrational quantum state is this one. Only second vibrational quantum number increased by 1. Then what is the energy between this one to this one? What is the vibrational spacing of this one? This is the 00000. This one 10000. So this vibrational spacing corresponds to this one 1700. Understand? This spacing corresponds to 1700 wave number. Compare this vibrational quantum number. Only second vibrational quantum number are excited from 0 to 1. And the vibrational frequency is 1700 wave number. So this spacing is 1700 wave number. What is the spacing between these two one? In this comparison, only first vibrational quantum number excited from 0 to 1. So this spacing is 100, 500 wave number. So this one is 1500 wave number. Understand? Then you can explain this one. This spacing corresponds to 1700. This spacing corresponds to 1500. So this spacing is only 700 wave number. Is not equal. Okay, different spacing. So this is our explanation. So this is very complicated because 6 vibrational quantum number are involved. So a little bit confusion. But please note that this level quantum number is this one, not this one. This is not. This is the vibrational quantum number for this peak. So different vibrational mode is excited. Okay, this is a key observation. Okay, now let's move on to this portion. In this case, this spacing is not equal. This one 100, 1500, this is 200. In this band, the spacing is not equal. But in this band, this spacing is equal. This spacing is equal. It's different. In this band, this spacing is not equal. But in this two band, this spacing is equal, exactly equal. Why? This band comes from pi orbital. What is pi orbital? This is pi orbital. This band comes from the removal of electron in the pi orbital. Pi orbital comes from this orbital, which are formed from the 2p orbital. When electrons in the pi orbital is removed, the CO bond is weakened, right? When the electron in the pi orbital is removed, the CO bond strength weakens because this is the bonding orbital. So, with there are 6 vibrational modes. Out of 6 vibrational modes, only CO stretching is most severely affected. This is the most CO stretching is the mostly affected bond. So this bond, in this case, only CO stretching mode is excited. So consider this one mode closely. Above this potential energy curve, we have another potential energy curve. This potential energy curve comes from this electronic configuration. When electron pi orbital is removed, we obtain this configuration. Potential energy curve of this one comes from this configuration. Now, similarly, there are many vibrational levels. So, and the molecule can make a transition various vibrational level. My question is that this one is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This one, what is the quantum number of this state? This state is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Second mode is CO stretching. What is this vibration? What is the quantum of this mode? Is 0, 2, 0, 0, 0. What is the quantum of this state? 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. So all the quantum number, only second vibrational quantum number change. Understand? When this, I'm gonna explain this band. The characteristic of this band is that the curve's peak spacing is same, almost same. It means that only one vibrational mode is involved. The vibrational mode is CO stretching, second vibrational mode. So when you observe the final state, only second vibrational quantum number increase. So we have same vibrational spacing. The vibrational mode is CO stretching. Why? This band comes from pi orbital. Pi orbital are involved in the CO bond. So only second vibrational mode is excited. Now, to confirm this interpretation, scientists perform additional experiment. This is our molecule. They replace hydrogen by deuterium. They perform additional experiment with this molecule. In its hydrogen is replaced by deuterium. If this vibrational mode are involved in hydrogen, the vibrational spacing may be changed. But if this vibrational mode is CO stretching like this, even though hydrogen is replaced by deuterium, the vibrational spacing does not change. Understand? As I said before, this mode is CO stretching. Hydrogen is not involved. So even though hydrogen is replaced by deuterium, the vibrational spacing does not change. This is actual experimental observation. Even though hydrogen is replaced by deuterium, the vibrational spacing does not change because this mode involves only CO movement. But this band comes from sigma orbital. The vibrational spacing change when hydrogen are replaced by deuterium. It means that this vibrational mode are not related to CO stretching. This vibrational mode are involved in the hydrogen bending or hydrogen stretching. So this is the difference. So it is very, very complicated. let's move on. Absorption spectrum. This is the ground state. The absorption spectrum depends on the relative position of excited state. When the excited state shift to the right or shift to the left, according to Franck-Condon principle, the most intense transition begins at the center and proceeds vertically and ends near the classical turning point of the left wall. So this is the most intense transition, which looks like this. And the transition to below this level or above this level, intensity decreases gradually. So spectrum looks like this, bell shape. When the potential energy curve shift to the right or shift to the left, you obtain this kind of observation. Now, when the potential energy curve does not shift, which looks like this, the most intense transition comes from V equals 0 to V equals 0. This is the most intense transition. And the transition to higher level, probability decrease gradually. So we obtain half bell-shaped transition. Now consider the fourth case. Before we discuss the first case, I'm going to compare the potential, harmonic potential with anharmonic potential. With this harmonic potential, according to quantum mechanics, vibrational energy level are equally spaced indefinitely. This is harmonic oscillator model. In anharmonic oscillator model, the energy level is not equally spaced. The energy level come closer together as you approach the dissociation limit. So spectrum looks like this. When the energy, okay, see you next time.